It's been a while since we played, so I'm just gonna do the recap to the best of my abilities as far as I remember the most important points, at least. Well, you all started your night and you did your feedings and upkeep and a little concert and a seance and things like that. But Marie, you had a conversation with Ise about what's behind the wall in your haven, and apparently it's a person.
That's one way to summarize it, yeah.
And her reason for walling it up was because it was too horrific to look at, and she did not dare to free said person. And she also said that if you decide to, it's your responsibility.
Understandable.
You went to Fight Club Tuesday, not to participate, but just to, see the start of it. You met Aldrich. You guys had opinions about him. But he was kind enough to let you pass freely through his domain.
He really was.
And
he
thereby,
took it well.
Thereby avoiding going through the Gangrel Primogen's domain and Prince Kairos' domain. There's a bit of a way around, but it's safer. You went to Camden, London University. You broke into the place, into the basement, and at a cross section you kind of split the pack. Dave and Leo, you went left because Josh said something about, I think,
he
voices.
told us we had to go left.
Yeah, exactly. And Leo diffused a ritual sacrifice from a couple of college students who were convinced that they could become vampires if they did this. And you got the information that apparently they had been very drunk at a club in Little Russia, and a man in a beige jacket had told them these things. A man who could apparently do weird things. But Leo, you managed to convince them that there are no such thing as vampires, and they should get the fuck out. Marie, you were a bit on edge as far as I remember. A bit hungry and a bit...
compulsive, yeah. Perfectionist will be a nice word.
Well, everything went according to plan, mostly. And you managed to break into the server room where you installed the back door. And Emery, she put a little clamp on a cable without anyone noticing. And you managed to get the girl out of there, cloud her memory a bit. She was obviously confused, and you got the fuck out of there before the police arrived, driving right past them, going south. And I think it's about 11:30 in the night. And as far as I remember, Emery is driving. Josh is giving you directions, and you find yourself at a warehouse where there's a security guard, but Josh waves at him and he just lets you in and opens a pair of huge double doors where you can drive in. And as soon as you do, you see a couple of guys. They're dressed like mechanics, but they start stripping the car of license plates. And Josh points towards another car, another van, and says, "I think we can take this one." The mechanic seems to be ignoring you guys, like you're not even there, and they're just working like robots at the moment.
We're not important.
But Josh, he looks at you guys, he's smiling from ear to ear, very creepily, but that's just the way he is. And he says, "So, what now? I intend to go back to the Fist, but I don't know about you guys."
So, if I remember right, we were talking about there was how to say it. We talked about starting with the university and then following up with the bank robbery. If I remember right, I mean, at least was mostly what we had been talking about. So keeping that in mind, I will say Well, now that we have this point of access, do you want to talk about where could we find Gabriel?
Josh closes his eyes for a moment and says he's back at the fist.
We could start planning out, the second plan we will talk in. I think will be a good start. Just an idea, though.
He smiles and says, I don't think much is gonna happen because, at least not tonight, on Fight Club Tuesday.
Understandable, yes.
Because, people frenzy sometimes and he kind of has to be there. And his attention span, right? So, plus there are like 2 Camarilla there, so. But, I mean, it's not really my thing, but you could go to Haringey, or more specifically Tottenham. I know it's north again, but if you're going to Little Russia, I think you should talk to the Outcasts, since it's their domain. They have a fortress in Tottenham.
Where is the bank that we're going to rob?
I think at the Tower Hamlet somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, so straight in the heart of Prince Cairo's territory. Okay.
Yeah, private bank. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I think we should pay a visit to that Little Russia first, especially after what we heard tonight. It doesn't matter who he is, but we really don't need anyone talking.
Well, when he looks at Leo, when you talk to those guys, I saw a building which was obscured to me before, but it has the hammer and the sickle, I think it's called. Very
it sounds very
Soviet.
Socialist to me.
Well, it is Little Russia, so maybe there are of old school of political opinions. Who knows?
Could be, yeah.
I really don't have better plans tonight. Can I check the time? How long have we been at the university?
You're pretty fast in and out. I think you only spent like half an hour.
It was okay. So I just want to take a moment and say to everyone here, what a great job. I mean, we just did this job so smoothly and so well. Like, Gabriel's got to be pleased. It's just one of those things where I feel like we got some rewards coming to us, because this was in and out as smooth as it could possibly be. I mean, we've got these next 2 jobs in the bag, I think. I don't even think it's going to be a problem. And we are a rising star here. Like, we're going to make waves in London.
I mean,
He's just going to be quiet.
Josh, he says, well, I have your back now. You did this for me, so if you need anyone found or, detective work done, I'm your guy.
There you go. See?
thank you very much.
Or a Minecraft server.
Right. I mean,
Christian Minecraft server. I appreciate it.
I'm going to scare off a pigeon. So anyone has to do anything before we keep going? I'm going to look at all of you in case someone needs some kind of feeding session, or you have anyone you want to do with your spare time.
I would personally only like to have, like, Luke is he doesn't know who to direct this question to, though he suspects that Josh will be at least one of the people. But he would like to have his own his goal to his tech mistress to look at the USB information on the drive there. If that's okay, he can work with her, Would that be all right? Is that okay, or is that not allowed?
It's just a Trojan, mate. Really.
So we didn't actually get anything off of it. We actually put something onto it. Is what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
This tech stuff for a Nosferatu is just beyond him. It's like it's alphabet soup. You know, he doesn't get it.
but nobody in this group knows that I got it because it was out in the alley when I got it, and all of you were asleep or out of the room when I put it in the computer. So no one here knows that she had it or did it.
Oh yeah, for Josh's computer, but for the servers and I mean in the university, that's also just the back door for Josh.
Okay. Well, then never mind. He doesn't have anything else he needs to do. You know, he's raring to go for that bank job. So.
But now that you're talking about, he pulls out a phone, calls up, says, "Yeah, hi Alicia. Yeah. Did you cover our tracks? Yeah, super, good.
Yeah,
amazing. I'll see you there."
Yeah.
And then he hangs up. Well, she killed all the cameras on the way there, and you know, so.
She was the guy in the chair.
Exactly. Yeah. But she's apparently at your haven at the moment with Emir.
That's fine, as it should be. You know, somewhere safe. It's cool.
I don't know if it's safe. You have.
What do you mean you don't know if it's safe? It's our haven. It should be safe, right?
Well, if that guy wakes up, all of a sudden it's not safe. I think it's only... Have you told the others, Marie?
We have to work on the security of the heaven first.
We probably do I was under the impression it was safe. Maybe that impression is a wrong impression.
I mean, it's safer than sleeping in a van in the middle of the street, but there are a lot of ways someone could, sneak in. I will take care of that, but I need probably at least a week.
Make it 3 days. You can rush job it, right? You can do better than a week, right? You're capable of all this magical stuff, right? Isn't that what you do? You study all kinds of esoteric things.
If you need anything, we can try and help and locate and get hold of things for you.
See? Teamwork makes the dream work. There we go.
I have a lot of tools. I have a lot of tools at my disposal, like saws and hammers and things like that. But where esotericism is concerned, I don't think they're an architect.
I've got a friend who knows a little bit about the occult. I could always ask him for a favor or two for you.
Dave is always here to help. So
I'm raising an eyebrow. Unless you can magically learn from the books and then transmit it to me, I think I will do my best. I will try to make it 3 days. No promise.
Yeah. Maybe we can put a rush job on it or something. Whatever you need, Marie. Like,
what is it, like the quality triangle, like quality, good, fast, and cheap?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Josh says, well, if you want to keep the warlock out, you have to do it proper.
Yes.
Do we have, Josh, do we have, and pardon me if this has already been made clear and I just wasn't paying attention, there's been a lot of tower interference that has created static in my vision lately. Do we have any practitioners of the warlockish arts, in Gabriel's little band, or do we still need one of those?
Isa is proficient, I think. I don't know her specialty, but she has quite a library. I don't really understand blood sorcery, so Isa and Marie could work together and get this done in half the time, right? Fast and good. And we can talk about cheap later, in terms of like payment or whatever.
I think we'll mention that something, but we are already trying to, start on it.
Well, whatever protections you can offer are better than no protections. So, you just say the word and we'll see what we can do for you. Probably pick it up from a store or something. Martin is also pretty good with wards. The guy with the Rastafari hat, the healer, really kind.
Yeah, seems like a good guy.
you know.
Nemesis place, I can't even look into it.
Well, we're not supposed to say her name, so.
Yeah, but Gabriel's not here.
Just for the record, I said nothing.
All right, Nancy.
In my brain, she's Nancy.
Negative.
But do you need me to? Well, wait. When you figure out where to go, I can drop you off, or you can just come back to the fist with me. But they're probably just playing loud music and fighting still.
It was very fist to me. Yeah.
Since no one else has anything to do, we could just head directly for Little Russia. So you are okay with that?
I think you should talk to the outcasts. It's in their domain, and Tottenham is not that far away from Little Russia.
All right. So good.
Introduce ourselves and make some more friends.
Right. This is what we do. We're going around telling everybody we're the new. I hesitate to say the new kids because that's not us at all. So.
They are autarkis, as you know, but they really, really despise the prince. Not the Camarilla specifically, but the prince.
They got beef. Yeah.
We'll get on famously then.
I think he did a Bradford or something. A Bradford is when you threaten someone's special persons to make them do things.
It's not unheard of, honestly. But
I think they did
their...
something to the prince. As far as I've heard, they owe Arthur, the Nosferatu brute father. One of them owes him a life boon for whatever they dealt with there. But it kept the prince off their backs, so must have been good information.
Right.
I don't know if you heard about them. They have Henri Noir. He's like a French marquis or something. Shimishi. So if you ever want a plastic surgery done, he's your guy.
Fantastic.
Who?
Henri Noir. He's a little man. Looks 50. He's not, the typical Shimishi appearance. He actually looks humanish. And they have Amelia. She's a doctor by profession, but gangrel as far as I know. They have Martin, their conscience, I guess, the guy with the eye, and Eliza. He looks at you, Emery. One of you guys, well, uglier, but one of you guys. Jasper, I think he's the guy in charge. Ventru, so probably. And then they have Sean, which is, he looks at you, Luke, kind of like you, shadows and being a ninja.
But not quite as good as I am, of course. Nobody does what I do quite as well as I do it. Yeah. You should probably know that.
He works some kind of shadow magic. Again, not my field of expertise. And then they have a gargoyle, Kieran.
A what?
A gargoyle, like wings and shit.
Wow. I've never seen one of those.
Well, tonight might be the night then.
And this is all at the university?
Then maybe I should sit this one out.
It's Tottenham.
Why, Marie? Well, you gonna miss the party? I mean, come on.
In my experience, relationships with that kind tend to be...
Don't worry, Martin is Tremere. They get along fine.
Luke is just gonna kind of give a friendly slap on Marie's back. It'll be cool. You'll be fine. I'm sure everything will work out.
What if they don't like me? Maybe they just like some kind
How could they not like you? You're very likable. You're You're extremely likable. I'm sure it'll be fine. We've got
man.
Dave with us. You know, he's very convincing. So, you know.
I mean,
I'm more concerned
Dave,
about Henley, to be honest.
I mean, Dave is trustworthy. I think that will work.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm actually more impressed we could get to see one of the ones with the extra eye. Never seen one of them before.
Which one? The
Josh,
gargoyle?
did you say we had someone with the eye?
Yeah, that was the guy back at the club with the Rasta hat.
Oh, that one. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, I thought it was...
I don't know how he has the eye because he's Tremere, I think.
Very nice. Very nice, though, right? Very nice.
That's actually really scary.
But you said Henley can do plastic surgery?
Well, he's Shimishi, so he can make himself and people look exactly like, well, he wants.
Abominations?
I don't know.
Wait, what? What about abominations? I was just thinking like beautifying procedures, right?
Well, when you are able to wield the scalpel, you can go any direction you want.
This is true. Yeah.
We all look fantastic. There's nothing any of them needs done.
That's true. I can't help but side with Dave on this one. Yeah. And it's, I mean, how could you possibly improve on the perfection that is Leo? I mean, you know, like I just, you know, we all bring a lot to the table already. So yeah. And notices that Leo does kind of like the hair flip.
Emery is like nervous about the situation, knowing that she does not look noticeably disfigured. And so anyone who could potentially alter her appearance when she isn't, she's like, I'm a little suspicious about this.
Let's keep our distance from him, maybe.
Well,
I'm sure it'll be okay.
Marie is
we'll get
French,
along
right?
great.
They probably have something in common.
They're bomb.
There you go. Yeah.
Not really sure that's enough to start off a conversation.
Nonsense.
I don't know. How do you treat lords in France?
I
Guillotine.
mean, treating them is a really nice word for it.
Maybe we could pick up some baguettes on the way in.
Wine, you know, wine always makes everything go better with the French, I think. All right. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Luke clearly knows nothing about this.
My only etiquette when it comes to the French nobility are guillotines in revolutions. So.
Well, yeah, but I don't think French nobility, which we're probably dealing with here, is not. They don't take kindly to the sight of a guillotine. I don't know.
Good times.
Right?
I think we should do it. This plan of attack seems even more interesting. We may not make an ally, but we will make a first impression.
That's right. A first impression. That's what we're here for. Yeah.
When in doubt, bring the French nobility a guillotine to really.
Yeah, I can't see how that could possibly go sideways. With Marie leading up the discussions, I mean, I think we're going to be just fine. Yeah.
So, dropping you off at Tottenham, I guess.
Of course.
Josh.
Chauffeur Josh,
yeah.
right? Or is it Emery still driving?
I'm more
Maybe I'll
comfortable
drive.
with Emery driving, to be honest, because I'm
I'll
out
try.
of practice. But
Yeah.
traffic is lessening.
Luke is going to like lean forward because I don't even think he's in the passenger seat. Like he's going to lean forward from the back and go like, so if we ever get into a situation where it's like French Connection stuff, right? And there's like a highway chase like they do in the movies and everything. Could you pull that off? Like, is that
Yeah, 100% could do.
outstanding? Yeah.
It's a little high profile, so I try to avoid that.
Of course. Yeah.
But where phones are concerned and the potential to stop lights and start them as needed, I might have that at our disposal to help us out. So you just put a little phone call in, and then you get your lights green, and then damn, it's red for everyone else, you know? And yeah.
Sounds like magic. Yeah. Awesome. Perfect. And the pigeons, right? they could help too in some fashion.
You're starting to
Could
hear
do.
them on the roof.
Could do. Could also just, kind of have you stand near them so that, any electronics might just out and.
That always happens with me. All I need to do is just stand near them and they stop functioning.
Domestic terrorism, I see. I appreciate that.
It's not intentional. It just happens. I just need to poke the screen. It just stops functioning. Yeah. So
there should be a power surge for your family, like a power surge, like put you between electronics to like protect and lessen that. I don't know. Someone should get on that.
I could be the best surge protector ever. Yeah. Like everything just stops dead with me.
I feel like, but in this circumstance, I think you're the surge.
Oh yeah. I could be the surge. I can totally flip teams and be the surge too. Yeah, I can do it both ways. I can either shut it down completely or just blow it up.
I appreciate your willingness to be a team player.
Yeah, I'm so a team player. I'm on board. Whatever you need. Yeah.
I will avoid modern technology security systems when designed into heaven. Yes, I'm going to have to bring the guillotine.
Do you just have one?
All French have one.
You guys look around and notice Josh is gone and his phone is on the ground with Google Maps open with an address somewhere in Tottenham.
He didn't even say goodbye.
Maybe he did, but we kept losing ourselves.
Well, if I touch that, we'll lose it right away. So
yeah,
he kind of sits back away from it.
No! I'm going to scare the pigeon off that are going to start picking it. Right, so I'm going to look at Emily. Let's drive. And I'm going to hold the phone and just be the Google Maps assistant this time.
All right, that's good. She jingles the car keys. Let's roll.
Just out of character. And if you don't have anything for this, it's totally fine. But is there anything distinctive on the car keys? Like, this is not your car keys, or right? It's just okay. All right. Let's say it's like
a little
I don't know.
pink bear.
Right.
But yeah, the mechanics have finished taking the car as much apart as they can and disappear as you guys drive to Tottenham. I need everyone who wants to do a wits and streetwise as you're driving.
I'm just going to take half, and it's at 2 successes. You don't mind?
That's totally fine.
Dave's too busy scribbling in a notebook.
You said wits and awareness?
Wits streetwise.
Okay.
I'm sure this is just
That's
fine.
not good, Leo.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Yeah, I think that you're
You can look at the pictures in the notebook, Leo.
Ooh.
Look at that. Luke's paying attention.
Yeah. Luke could not pay more attention if he tried.
That's right. He's paying all the attention.
And Emily is really disinterested in all this.
He's focused on the road, like it's one of those things where, she got a lot on her
I'm
mind.
trying not to hit the pigeons in the way.
Right, exactly.
Any rerolls before I continue?
No.
Alrighty.
Can't.
Yes, please, by all means, folks, re-roll.
Leo, I'm not gonna hit you with anything because it's a passive thing. Do you want to reroll the 3 dice?
I was thinking about it, but I hit the wrong one, and that was not the right one. Hold on.
It's under willpower. Willpower reroll.
Okay, so I got one more. So 3 successes.
Well, Luke and Emery, as you're driving through the domain, you notice a lot of guys standing around various spots, and you recognize them for what they are: scouts. From their demeanor and the way they're kind of looking and very deliberately looking away, and picking up phones and communicating. It seems like scouts that organized crime organizations will have.
But not Boy Scouts.
Not Boy
Or
Scouts.
Eagle Scouts or anything like that. Yeah. Okay.
Something tells me they're not selling us popcorn.
Right. They're or cookies for that matter.
Sorry.
Luke is gonna be like, just like,
As she's driving.
yeah, exactly.
You arrive outside a huge plaza. The first building you see is kind of a 2-story reception building, which covers the back of it, but you can see signs with, there's apparently a food court, a theater, a lawyer's office, Noir Law.
Did you say Noir Law?
Noir Law.
Yeah, nice.
And a building that's well, not a headquarters, but it's a union for manual workers or laborers, the 99%ers. And
All of us.
you see as well a giant bird cage in a park area.
An
And
actual legitimate bird cage? Like, are there birds in here?
there are more than 20 owls in there.
Oh, okay. Do they look like they want to be in there? Is this like a zoo type of exhibit?
Oh, it's kind of a globe, so they can't really get
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like it would be some kind of a zoo exhibit, yeah, but just with birds. On top of it, though, I think, Luke, you're the only one who has proper night vision, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I can't speak for my colleagues, but yeah, I definitely have proper night vision.
There is a kind of a light brown owl on top of the birdcage.
An escapee.
No, it's just twice the size of the
Oh,
other owls.
okay.
And you're not stupid. To you, it looks like either a famulus or someone who's transformed themselves into an owl.
Yeah. A supernatural owl. Yeah.
Emery and Marie, you see a spirit, a wraith. She is royally dressed, combing her hair, and you can do an intelligence academics roll if you want to.
Okay. Academics or occultism?
Academics.
Okay.
I can see this individual as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So you can do the roll.
I'm not very perceptive.
even if it's related to the wraith, or is it because of something else?
Well, it's more who the wraith is.
Okay.
And you said academics and intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah, academic sentence. No, I don't think it applies.
3.
Does she look French?
Just one thing. See if the specialty from either architecture or ghost will apply. Let me know.
No, not for this one.
Perfect.
I messed up my roll. Do you want me to do it again? Because it only rolled my 3 dice instead of my 5.
I don't see it, so yeah, just do the roll, yeah. Academics, intelligence. Again, it's a passive thing, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
no idea.
Marie, you're probably the only one who recognized this person. It's Princess Amelia of Britain.
What?
Died a long time ago.
Not French then.
But she doesn't seem to notice you guys. She's just humming to herself, standing out front of the building and combing her hair with a spectral comb.
One does.
I'm going to basically stare through the window as we pass through, and yeah, definitely this is a city, and just refocus on everything.
outside the front, there are two, well, men built by like brick houses in suits, who are eyeing you guys down as you park outside. One of them here, he touches his ear and says something.
I gotta be honest, at this point, Luke is looking at Leo and Dave to try to make a good first impression here with the brick houses.
Sure, I can walk up. Activate my all halfway there.
Go and make a new friend.
You're just catwalking it all the way up.
Well, they can't help
Blue
but look
steel.
at you, and they just ask very dryly, or one of them, do you have business here?
I believe so.
Who do you need to talk to?
An introduction.
We would like to introduce ourselves properly.
I have linked the characters on Discord, by the way.
Thank you. Jasper.
Right this way, sir. He
Thank you.
pushes the door open for you and looks at the rest.
Mm-hmm.
Them
They're
two.
with me, yes.
Trundle.
Mm-hmm. Following.
We enter into a lobby. Right in front of you is an elevator.
Luke is he's already descending into stealth mode. Like fading to the back and just doing his thing.
And to the right of you is a receptionist counter. There's a lady behind the counter about 50 years old. She's smiling warmly as you enter, not saying a thing. And the guard directs you to a set of stairs, taking you up. Says there's a meeting room up there, you can wait. Help yourself to the bar or anything you want.
Thank you. And I'll start leading the way up.
It's very nice. It's just what you expect from a boardroom. Giant table, a TV, but the roof is glass, so you can see well, it's London, so it's hard to see the night sky, but you would be able to if it was dark. And 30 seconds later, you hear the sounds of high heels coming up the stairs, and a very androgynous man enters. He has a skirt on. His legs are shaven. He is wearing high heels. He has a blazer, red tie, makeup, very on point, bright red hair, combed to the side and in a small bun and the neck. But if it wasn't for his, frame and broad shoulders, he could be well, not be a woman, but be perceived as one, which is probably what he's going for. He smiles as much as he can force himself to, sits down at the very end of the table. Evening.
Good evening.
Greetings.
You wish to speak to me? I've not seen you here before.
We were sent here by Josh.
Oh, you're with Gabriel. Okay.
Thought we'd introduce ourselves, and it's our first time in your domain.
We appreciate it. He looks up, and behind the glass you see a woman, gray-skinned, giant bat wings, horns, red eyes, just staring at you, and she's kind of tapping on the glass as a greeting. And a woman appears out of nowhere, like Nos do. She is, she has a warm demeanor, but she's Nos. She looks like a shriveled corpse, very almost mummified. But there's something about her that says kind heart. And you hear the tapping of a cane. There's a man in his mid-50s, giant mustache and a little on his chin, dressed like a nobleman. He's about 160. He's not very tall. Well, he looks weather-worn in his face, scarred, and he takes a chair as well.
Got some city miles on it. Okay.
He looks at Jasper and says, who are they? In a French accent. And he just, goes around again and repeating all your names. And Henri, he nods. And Jasper just says, then what can I do for you guys?
We only wish to partake in a small invitation to a locale around this place. We are not planning, not intending causing any trouble.
Where specifically?
It was the Hammer and the Sickle. I think you.
Oh, the Russians.
Hmm?
Well, we killed their boss a few years ago, so their power is greatly diminished. And we have an agreement to leave them alone, but I'll rather make an agreement with you guys.
I mean, they did convince some college kids to try and torture and kill a lady, so like...
They've been sending out dodgy things with a lot of different people all over London at the moment.
Henri says that it probably explains the Thin Bloods. And Jasper nods.
Yeah, apparently one of them has been going around telling people how to become one of us.
Oh, we can't have that.
We would like to prevent more Masquerade breaches of that kind. That's why we want to investigate further.
Henri says, maybe we should just kill them all. Would be easier. And Eliza interrupts. No violence. Come on, guys. And Henri just shrugs, and Jasper does the same.
It can be a plan B, right? We can always keep it in reserve for in case the whatever we decide to do before that point doesn't work, right? That's
good to know that we've got permission should we need to.
Yes,
that's what I meant. Yeah, Dave is articulating it. Yeah.
Just don't kill any of my guys, Jasper says.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have is there an easy way to distinguish between the two?
Oh, they're on every corner, and they don't speak Russian.
Okay.
That's good.
All
point.
Russian speakers then. That's easy to distinguish. So.
You know the name of the one that wears the beige jacket?
They look at each other. Look at Eliza. She says, Yaroslav, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Something along those lines.
Dave will pull out his notebook.
Sorry, it's just I actually have the full name here.
Does he have a place of prominence, or is he notorious in any particular way beyond what we already know?
Yaroslav Volkov. He is.
Sounds Russian.
I guess some nephew of. A few years back, we basically annihilated their entire organization because they're like on our turf. And it's Jasper speaking. I have my own organization, and we could not agree on where to draw the line on the map. So we, took it upon ourselves to visit the guy and his family, left the daughter and the child to live and to tell the story. And then they pretty much fucked off. But apparently the nephew is kindred. And one of you guys, he looks at Henri. And Henri says, I believe so. I don't know how he would have acquired the ability to change people otherwise.
Thank you very much.
Is there anything else we should avoid or look out for while we're here?
Don't go into the sewers.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And why is that?
There's something down there, right below us. He points towards the floor. That's the reason we're here. The prince gave us this domain because there is a gate to the labyrinth right beneath us. And he thought we could, work for him and play guards, but we told him to fuck off and claim the domain for ourselves.
Nice to hear.
And there's only one thing down there, though?
Well, the labyrinth is vast, and we've been in there once to help Nemesis with something, and then we kind of, had enough. It's not a place you want to go twice. Or at all, really. It can get very disorienting. Unless you have someone who is adept at manipulating that realm. I mean, if you want to, you probably would have to talk to either JK or his child. They're pretty good at that. Or Nemesis. But she can be,
That's
Nemesis.
the third time her name has been spoken to. Well, fourth time.
Are we not allowed
Apparently-
to say her name?
Apparently she doesn't like it.
Apparently
She
she's
just appears.
Candyman. Or Bloody Mary or something. I'm
Or
not supposed to say her name.
Beetlejuice. It's like 3 times the charm.
It was
I could
lovely.
totally go for Beetlejuice showing up here, though. That would make it a little more lively.
True.
Well, thank you very much for the advice, Resaif. We don't want to hold you any longer.
Eliza says, just be careful, they have a lot of guns. And he is kindred and Shimishi, so who knows what else he has.
Okay.
Good to know.
If there's ever anything you need, we're always like to help like-minded people, especially if you've got problems with the prince. Please don't hesitate to get in touch.
Appreciate it. You are free to venture around in our domain. If you feed, do it discreetly. Or at least clean up. We don't care if anyone dies, but I prefer not.
Thank you.
It can get messy. And the police have already been here way too many times.
Good to know.
Has anyone asked about the owl enclosure outside?
I think you're the only one who has seen it.
Oh, okay. He would speak up and go, the owls? Is that a...
Oh, that's Emilia's. She has her famulus is a giant African owl, and I don't know where from exactly. I'm not really good with animals, but they serve as spies, messengers, along with her wraiths.
Yeah. And he'll look casually over to Emery and be like, "Oh, like yours."
I feel like mine are the white trash version of theirs.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't make that remark, but yeah, I was just drawing a parallel that seemed obvious to me that you got those too, Yeah.
The pigeons are the more the sort of the 99%. None of this high food.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's right. They fit right in here. Yeah.
Oh, it says, if you start to see ravens, then get nervous.
Ah, okay.
Why?
The Morrigan.
Okay.
Could I get a repeat on the name of the person with all the with the all and all that?
Amelia?
Emilia?
Amelia
Or
Bell.
Camilla, okay.
Doctor or mortician. Not much anymore. But She's, well, kind of our spy master. And she has a good relationship with the Hecata. And we are kind of the border between the Lupines and the rest of you guys, along with the Hecata. So
Yeah, you're kind of out on a little bit on the periphery here.
better that than be close to the prince.
Of course, yes. Mm-hmm.
I'd rather deal with Lupines than other Ventru, Jasper says.
He's that bad, huh? Yeah, I mean, because I've not had a personal encounter with a lupine, but everybody tells me it's kind of just the worst. So
They will shoot first and ask questions later, if you can put it that way. Or
right,
claw
yeah.
first.
Claw first. That's rending and tearing, lots of it. Excessive amounts. That's what I've heard. So
If you ever need anything silver to fight them, let us know. We have an arsenal.
no, I generally don't. I would prefer not to actually encounter one to begin with. So yeah, that's how I like to roll.
Smart man.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, northwest, Little Russia.
Mm-hmm.
When you start to see Cyrillic, you're there.
Yeah. Greek Orthodox churches, things like that. Yeah.
And, well, you ever need any favors that actually would require a boon? Or just, want to have a conversation? You're more than welcome to come back.
Thank you kindly.
It's very kind of you. Thank you.
It was good meeting you all.
Likewise.
Emery, at some point at least, Eliza pulls you aside and whispers to you. If they try to get you into the cult, say no.
And so she'll whisper back. And if they already have?
But they're horrible people. Trust me on this. My sire is the spy master. The circumstances of my embrace, and you can actually see she get tears in her eyes, were horrible. They will ask you to do terrible things in order to join them. To shred your humanity. Don't. Please don't.
She'll lean back in. But the spy master, they can be trusted?
Nope.
No?
He takes care of me, but he's still Mithras. I mean, not the guy himself, but called the Mithras. There's loyalty is first and foremost there. It's, you know how we are, clan before sect and all that, but he's not like that.
I appreciate the insect, and we'll proceed with caution.
Oh yeah, and Henry is a snake. Camarilla, obviously, so. If you ever want, someone of your own kind to hang out with, I have a shelter for the homeless down the street. Really nice, but if you just jump down into the sewers right next to it, I'll know you're there. The rats will tell me.
Even with the sewers here being not
Oh, you have to go
safe?
pretty deep.
Understood. I appreciate this, and I will definitely keep it in mind.
I just wanted to give you fair warning before they trap you and lure you in with false promises.
Understood. I think my sire told me a little bit about that, so I'll continue to keep my head down.
She actually hugs you, smiles, and looks at the rest of you guys. Or, I don't know if you're leaving as this is going on, but...
Probably leaving. I don't think, at least I don't feel appropriate to, hear the conversation, so probably we're leaving.
When you get outside, your car is still there, obviously. The guard is keeping an eye on it. And Emery and Marie, you see all the cameras in the area are turned off. And so does the owl. Well, not turn off, it takes off as you exit the building.
So that's what a gargoyle looks like. Who knew?
I'm guessing, yeah, like a very interesting first encounter.
Why do they keep her trapped behind the glass?
Right. Not. I mean, well,
She's not a slave, is she? Or is she a prisoner?
it might be more of a. Well, maybe not friendly to guests thing. I don't know. You know, it's maybe for our safety, perhaps. I don't know.
Marie, you seem to, well, you seem to respond to them. What are they?
Can you repeat?
They're the gargoyle. So I've never seen one before, well, besides on buildings.
Do I have to roll to give more information or specific information about London's and gargoyles?
No, you know what a gargoyle typically is.
Perfect. Summarizing, they were experiments to serve as bodyguards and subject test. But it got really messy. So now you have a lot of them spread over the London, over the entire globe, especially after, you know, all the stuff that went down with Vienna. That did not help. It's kind of why I'm usually suspicious whenever there is one involved. They don't take gun to us. Usually.
So, like I said, protection. You know, they might eat some of the guests depending on where their particular past relations. You know.
I mean,
like that.
she did not seem pissed off. I really hope she's not trapped. That's sad.
You hear from upstairs or on the roof. I can hear you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Spanish
Okay.
accent. Which I can't do, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
We were just concerned, that was all.
I'm not like that. I was embraced. I'm not made in a laboratory.
Ooh, yeah, no offense intended. We were, very obvious.
Short story, my sire ate a gargoyle and acquired the curse.
Good to know.
No hard feelings. I say insecure.
None at all. I'm technically Bruja.
I'm sorry. It was not a pun.
It's fine. I have nothing
Bree,
against
you should have
Tremors.
known better. You should have known better. You've already offended her. You know.
We were just concerned in case they had you trapped there against your will.
No, they're my friends. They took me in, even though I look like this.
See?
I'm glad to hear.
Good people. Yeah.
Not be so all. Well, thank you. We will not like to bother you any longer.
Well, if you ever need someone to, you know, kick ass, let me know.
Thank you. We're well served.
Likewise.
Well, she takes to the sky as well, and you almost feel the gust of wind from her wings, because they are quite large. But
She's really nice.
then she disappears.
Yes, she is very nice.
I think she suffers from Stockholm syndrome.
Maybe. Yeah.
Might be.
It's possible.
Let's drive.
To Russia, Little Russia, that is.
To Little Russia.
To Little Russia. Yeah.
So we start with the diplomatic easy way. Do some questions before, you know, I would really not appreciate being completely shut down. So
When you say diplomatic, Is that the same thing for Russians as it is for the people we were just dealing with, or do they do diplomacy in a different way? I just want to be prepared.
Russian diplomacy, isn't that with an axe?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. I was wondering. So I just, you mentioned diplomacy, and I just wanted to make sure I understood the version that we were talking about here.
It's a little easier to wield than the guillotine.
Right, exactly.
Same
I agree with
effect,
that.
but
Yeah, right.
In the same vein.
Yes.
the jugular.
It's gonna change.
So we set off.
Yes.
Is the map here? Whoop-de-doo.
Oh, fantastic! It's a disco floor.
Yes, sir. You're right
Let's
outside.
go.
The hammer and the sickle has to.
I'm sorry. I'm getting visions of like vampire bloodlines, like the first game, like people just doing all like the dancing on the floor.
But as always, the map is a representation of things, so we can just.
If we actually dance in camera, do we get any bonus to the performance check?
I'll take the 0.
You arrive outside. This is not a huge building, but it is 2 stories, and there's a very large man built like a brick house standing outside, and he seems to be scanning or taking pictures of people's licenses as they go in, or IDs. When you get to, there's no line because it's a Tuesday, but it's a club that's open at midnight, and you hear the very loud dance music from inside. He just looks at you very grimly and says, "ID."
Just is he asking for everyone's or? All right. First of all, see, not a problem. I would like to be using actively sense unseen, mainly for detecting if we have anything like shared senses on us, and in case I can discover anything, someone hitting with obfuscate, because they told that we are dealing with other kindred, and basically I am on the lookout with sense unseen. Just saying that.
Make the roll.
But say that. Yeah, I think I'm checking the AD. I can use the mask.
Yes. He takes a picture of it.
When he's taking the AD, I'm going to say out loud, because I don't think I have shared the first AD with the rest. Charlotte Ballet can be, just so that the rest of the player can have a reminder. Hey, call me like that.
Anyone not giving him an ID?
I am giving him my ID, but I have a mask, so I will give it the fake ID.
Yeah.
Same.
I've
Perfect.
luckily got the ID of those students, so I'll use that one.
But you did. Jesus.
Yeah.
But they don't look like you, Dave.
I can
He
smile.
just hands it over anyways.
Irrelevant. Yeah, exactly.
Are you gonna at least
shows
slip a
any-
20 with it at the same time, Dave? You should at least give a 20.
I'm sure if he looks a little bit puzzled, I can explain away the problems.
Do I think charisma subterfuge?
Can I argue for manipulation?
Yes. And he does not think you're handsome, unfortunately.
Well, that's his fault.
Is there any ways that see if I have subterfuge skill, I can add a +1, especially because I have been to university, I could, like, know the student, help out with some kind of possible tale. See if he's going for it. Just helping.
Alright. Is it necessary?
Something like that.
Nah. It's fine. It seems Dave can fast talk. What about you, Luke? Just ID?
Luke is going to go with his his normal behavior, which is to make himself as invisible as possible. So if you need me to roll a stealth check at a high difficulty, I'm willing to do it.
That's not the issue here, really. Hiding.
Yeah.
You can't go into the building without someone giving you the green flag, right? So you can hide outside, but you can't come in.
Oh. Well, then I guess he has no choice but to...
Unless you want to spend a willpower, forcing yourself.
Oh, right. Thank you for that. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I am going to spend that willpower. I didn't realize that this was... Yeah, you're right. Okay, we're going to do that.
So, yeah. Stealth, fine. You get all your things on top. And I think you can easily jump to a window with your...
Yeah, I'm just going to totally Pink Panther it. You know, like, I just, like, yeah.
Well, the doorman says, have a nice time. And you're led inside the building. Look, you're probably somewhere in the rafters where the lights are.
Yeah,
shining down on the dance floor.
In the shadows. Yeah, I'm sticking to the shadows, like, you know, staying... I'm deftly avoiding and stepping around the strobe lights and everything like that, you know. So dancing with the shadows, as it were, you know, just kind of continuing to move so I stay outside the beams that move around.
Well, inside you see there's a wardrobe. It doesn't look like it's manned by anyone, but you know there is a guard standing there, and a couple of groups of very nicely dressed people sitting around some metal tables and some very comfortable chairs. There's people on the dance floor. Does not look to be any kind of DJ behind the mixer, but music is playing. And you see three, I think scantily clad, it's probably the best way, very tight, short cocktail dresses in red and yellow, and different hair colors. Like it's intentional, but they act as servers for the people in the suits. On the other end of the room you see a stair going up to another room that...
Is it safe to say that I'm kind of closer to that?
Well, you're above the dance floor.
Yeah.
But there's a emerald tinted glass, so you can kind of look down at the glass or the dance floor from up there. You can't see exactly what's going on from below, but you can from the other way around.
Yeah.
You can't crawl through because it is glass, but maybe where the stair goes into the room, it would be possible. Did you make your stealth roll, by the way?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I misunderstood when you said that isn't the problem. So I will happily make that now. And I am going to give this a little rouse just to add some juice to it.
Scary man in beige jacket. Dance floor, up at the top, hidden in the VIP area, or somewhere else?
We don't see him down here, at least. So probably up at the VIP, you think? Unless there's a back office.
Actually, I'm just going to check to see how deep into the dance floor Leo is.
So
In the middle
6
already.
Nice. He's already just like... But 5 successes, is that going to be good enough, I assume?
Definitely.
Okay, all right.
But as you enter, I need every one of you to do a... Oh, let me check this. Just double check.
Leo is already on the dance floor.
Composure and subterfuge.
All right.
Everyone?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll give you your difficulty, which is 2.
Alright, we'll... no, alright, engineer doesn't work for that then. Rolling is a must, right? I can take half.
Oh, you can take half.
I will prefer to take half. I have a lot of hunger. I don't want to risk it. I will get
How much
I
is
will get a
half?
2. I will get a 2.
Yeah.
Because I have 5 dice, so it will be 2 in total. Not really sure if it's win with a prize, if it's a tie, what will it mean?
Yes, everyone makes it. It's fine. Well, Luke, you're a ceiling crawler at the moment and
Oh yeah.
managed
yeah.
to get past Mikhail. And
This is his normal milieu. You know, this is how he just does things.
and, the lights in here are doing you a favor because they're below you.
yeah.
In the upstairs room, you see another cocktail waitress, 4 guests, and in the very corner of the room, to you looks like 18. He's extremely pale, has black bags under his eyes, or whatever you want to call it. He looks tired, very tired. Wearing a base jacket.
If there was a way for me to signal to my coterie mates that I've located Mr. Beige Jacket, I'll do that. But otherwise, I'll just kind of wait for them to figure out how to get up the stairs here and past the brick wall at the bottom of the stairs. So.
Yeah. Well, Lear's dancing. You're skulking around. What are you doing, Dave?
I mean, there's lots of mortals here, so I'm going to rouse just to blush of life.
Yeah.
And while Leo's distracting, the stairs probably where we need to go. So let's try and go around the outskirts, avoid as many as we can, and make our way.
Yeah. Emery, what's your intention here?
I'm curious about, this is a kindred run establishment.
Yes, sir.
I'm interested in looking at is there a who, because she still has her whatchamacallit, her USB drive. Would she be able to like maybe look for some I don't know, IT room or something like that? Like she's interested in just putting in a Trojan here.
Your best guess is that there's an office, but you can't really make it out from the size of the building. But a lot of these businesses have these tiny computers below the bar just to run the cashier system and act kind of as a server. So if you can get behind the bar, you would probably be able to find somewhere to plug it in.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
I think that will require a bit of stealth or obfuscate.
Okay. Let's see here. So I have Cloak of Shadows for obfuscate, but
That's only when you're standing still, unfortunately.
Right. So not going to be super helpful. You said stealth though?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so
you can do it with Dex, Composure, or Wits. That's up to you.
We are totally doing it with Wits.
It's fine.
Thank you for the options.
Picking the opportune moment.
So she's just going to be loitering, maybe with a drink side, like kind of standing nearby. Does she know who owns this bar? Like, is it Anarch owned?
Oh,
Cam owned?
It's probably the Shimishi.
That's
Yaroslav.
And he's Anarch? Camaria? Independent.
Yeah, let's call it independent.
Okay. But
Let's call it that.
I was like, Camaria? I'm like, what? Okay. Okay.
Probably something that starts with an S, but yeah.
Yeah. She's young, she's dumb, and she's full of courage. And so she's just going to be doing this. She's gonna try.
Yep.
So I'm rolling my, you said subterfuge, or no, stealth and wits.
Yes.
So she's loitering, she shoots, she scores. She's not really great.
2. Wait, you can willpower and reroll 3 of them.
Okie dokie. We're gonna willpower reroll. Don't fail me now, beast. Oh,
3.
I only got 3.
3 is fine. 3 is way above average, and it's a nightclub with lights shining, and the waitresses seems to be busy. So you manage to find an opportune moment where you can kind of slip your hand behind the bar and push in the USB. And you know it has to sit there for probably 10 to 15 minutes, but you can just stand there at the bar, continue to pretend to drink your drink, and then we go to Marie. What is your intention?
I would like to investigate about that person with all the info we have, that he tends to talk about weird stuff, maybe listening on other people's ramblings around the place. I want to basically investigate on whether that person is here and find them through basically ramblings, anyone talking about them, all that.
I think it's just a kind of a general persuasion thing you can do with either charisma or manipulation, or you can do subterfuge. It's up to you, but it would be a social thing.
All right, I think I'm going to die with Kaisman subterfuge.
Yes.
Pretty decent. I'm taking it.
Well, you quickly find out he is there, and people point towards the stair and the green tinted glass.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And you figure out he's the owner, and apparently young, very young.
All right. So I share this information with all my pack, the ones close to me, because obviously I can send smoke signals right now. So
he's gone. He's like upstairs. He's he's in the shadows. He's doing his disappearance thing.
Yeah, I could text him. Oh wait. So yeah, I'm just saying it to everyone else nearby me.
Leo, do you just want to dance, or do you have some kind of goal with your dancing?
He just wants to dance.
I guess I'll just try to draw attention towards
the
me.
night away.
So all on and
Yeah, why not? Just enjoy.
Do Dex performance. At your all and your beauty and everything.
Oh god, how many bonus dice is this?
A lot.
You can rouse to make it even more.
That's
nice.
Not fun.
Yeah, just keep adding on to it. Get like a 20 dice total.
We need that messy crit to be nice and big.
Yeah.
Just start capoeira while dancing and kills a few people by accident. Yeah, amazing.
Whoops.
Some people die from just like the sheer awe and beauty of it.
I think I only have 1 extra dice for this, and then 2 from all.
Yeah.
So 3 extra dice. Hey.
Oof.
I'm not having a good night.
Well, it's not a failure.
It's not your best performance, but it's not a failure.
It's not a failure. Well, you're dancing a lot better than, drunk people. Drunk white people.
Doesn't take a lot.
Yeah. Back to Dave. You get in front of Mikhail, and he just puts out a hand to stop you. VIP ticket.
I'll show him the ID, and I'll try and have a bit of conversation with him, just persuade him that perhaps this is exactly what would be required to get us upstairs.
Yeah, you're meant to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna just talk out of your ass, or are you using disciplines here?
I'm just going to talk out of my ass, to be honest.
Go ahead.
We don't want to be throwing too much around yet. So, I'll just press. I won't ask if he thinks Dave's that pretty tonight.
Fortunately not. 2.
Yeah, the music's really loud.
Yeah.
I think Dave will try a little bit harder. Not
3.
that much, but he'll try it.
It's a younger ID, right? You know, it's just a really old
Doesn't
ID.
look anything like me at
Right.
all. No, I know.
He leans in and says, "Do you have fangs?" Because you're blushed right now.
Mm-hmm. Extend them.
He steps aside.
It worked.
And Luke, you obviously see all that from the. You can't hear what they're
Oh, yeah.
saying, but
Yeah.
Dave managed to get through.
Yeah. Luke is playing Overwatch here. Basically, he's watching everybody do their own thing. The awkwardness of that whole interaction, and then watching Emery try to wait and look for the right time to, and then
standing at the
Leo's sort of kind of drunk performance. Like Luke can't tell whether it's deliberate or whether this is just Leo doing like a performance that isn't.
They
like,
are cheering and standing around him in a circle and clapping and seem to be very excited by his dance off with himself.
Right. So yeah, Luke is just kind of keeping eyes on everything. He does notice that Marie was looking around for him, and he's just smiling to himself that he's nowhere to be seen. But yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's just kind of keeping an eye on the whole situation until his comrades figure out their way up here, because he's not going to initiate all by himself with our Russian Don here, or whatever he is, crime lord, or
Anyone else wanna try to get upstairs?
Yeah, I mean, after I share the information, I see Dave is going for it. So if I don't accompany him, I'm going to come after him shortly after, unless Emogi needs me for anything. Shall we go? Then I'm going as well.
Well, you're not blushed, so he steps aside when you approach him.
And the compulsion. When I had the compulsion, yes, I lost the blush.
I think Dave is the only one who's blushed at the moment.
Yeah, I did start the night, but I completely forgot about that part.
I think Leo is blushed as well.
Yeah, I can't remember from the previous. I just remember Marie lost hers.
Yeah, I lost the blush with the compulsion. Yes, I completely fell over that. All right.
It seems to be fine because he lets you in.
Yes, but there's more people around. That's the problem. So
It's dark in here.
can I make some kind of check in order to know until which point it's common sense and it will be? I feel like it's a horrible idea, but maybe it doesn't feel like it.
I mean,
you're basically asking our storyteller to be harder on you. Okay, I mean, I feel like you've been given permission to do that, so by all means, feel free to complicate the situation for a storyteller.
I mean, it's fine. It feels so weird to me that I can't walk to nightlife on blast.
well, I promise you, if it has consequences, it's not gonna be right now.
All right, that's the thing. So
Leo dancing, Emery
what?
doing her thing.
no. All right. I'm going to try and blush them. See if I see that something is wrong, I will leave the place, but I don't want to risk the masquerade. So, oh boy.
Hunger Game.
All right. Yes, I will have to leave the place. Had I known this, I would have gone to feed. Fuck. I will leave the place then. And yes.
Are you bleeding now? Is that happening again?
Exactly. I thought I was blessed. That's why I didn't go to feed before this. I completely forgot about the compulsion ruling. So I'm going to leave the place and I will wait at the car. I'm going to call Emily Dave, whoever it is, and just tell them.
Do a stealth roll to get outside without anyone noticing you profusely bleeding from your head and your hands.
These are the consequences that you're now talking about.
Exactly. Could I use subterfuge? As in, all right, I just cut myself because every person will see a different bleeding, but to each one, sorry, I cut myself or something along that. Basically, subterfuge, as in, I'm not bleeding out of nowhere. I cut myself, I fell, whatever, and just.
Nobody's gonna ask you.
Okay.
But they're maybe gonna see it.
All right. Then. Composure or dexterity?
Or wits. It's up to you.
Okay, I'm going to use composure and rousing to increase the dice because I have a really poor pool. Perfect.
Success.
Couldn't have gotten it before. I got it now. Amazing. Yes.
That was fortunate.
All right. I'm taking the 5. I'm going to leave this place.
Yeah, you don't see anyone pointing or, noticing you really.